We're the Video Game BANG,
Live.
#1 podcast, gaming podcast, or regular podcast, it doesn't matter. Of course, I am Sir Aaron Carter. This is
Cory Vincent.
We have to my far left,
David Webb.
and to his right,
I am a meat popsicle. My name's Ivy Doomkitty. Hey.
we do a tri-annually podcast.
Triannually?
Yes,
Oh,
3 times a year.
very nice.
No, we do a podcast like three
Three
two
times a week.
two to 3 times a week.
Try a week.
Yeah,
Five
try weekly.
Yeah, there you
10
go.
times?
You can find us on all the, of course, major podcasting streaming sites. You can have iTunes, what else is out there? iTunes. Just go there.
Don't forget Google Music,
Yeah.
Stitcher, SoundCloud, LimeWire.
Napster?
Napster.
No, Metallica shut that one down.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. Keep music free tonight. So, what are we doing here today?
Well, we a bag of goodies.
Bag of goodies.
People ask questions. We could talk about whatever everyone wants to talk about. This is their show.
An open forum.
Open mic.
Yeah,
This
let's
guy
talk
right
about
here.
Keanu Reeves. Do that. What's up?
Yes, by any chance, have any of y'all ever met any game creators or game developers from Capcom, Square Enix, Microsoft, or anything?
So just any game creators at all,
Yeah,
basically.
any of them, like the big shots at E3 or anything?
Yeah, we went to E3 last year, right?
I've gone the last like 4 years, but
Yeah.
What was the most amazing things y'all seen up there?
Cuphead.
What?
Cuphead is
Oh yeah, I heard you mean the one with the 20 style art that looks like a Mickey Mouse cartoon but with cut characters?
Yes.
That game sold over 1 million copies on the first week it came out.
This guy knows more than you, Aaron. What are you doing?
That was the most interesting thing there.
Y'all had no idea?
Resident Evil 7's booth was probably the most interesting thing there. They had a gigantic cabin in the middle of the whole convention center that was just like a horror nightmare house.
Have any of y'all ever played it in VR?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, he did.
One of my friends claimed they almost pissed on themselves when they was playing the game. But don't worry, I'm not going to say nothing disrespectful or out of line. I'm going to use mild terms for all my questions, but they claimed it was that scary.
That's great.
No,
Oh, yes,
No, it's great. No, it's
Corey,
great.
did you
You almost
almost
pissed
pee yourself?
I almost pissed myself.
That's
Corey.
That actually wouldn't
So
surprise
now you know
me.
2 people that almost pissed themselves playing Resident Evil 7 in VR.
But the bigger story, though, when we were at that booth, is that Aaron almost got in a fight with his second WWE wrestler.
So, okay, there's a story.
Yeah.
What was the guy's name? He's part of the three black guys.
Who watches WWE?
Anybody watch wrestling in here?
Who are the 3 guys that do the
New
trumpet?
Day.
The New
The
Day.
New Day. So
Yeah.
one of the New Day wanted to cut in front of me to play Dead Rising, right? So his like bodyguard or whatever was like, hey,
Because the wrestler needed the body.
yeah, because he was like, I need I got the New Day guy coming in here. He wants to play, Dead Rising. But I was waiting in line, like everybody else. So I shouldn't be cut, right?
It's like
So
He is more important than you.
no,
though.
he's not. Why?
He can body slam people.
Because he fake fights week in and week out.
It's not fake, bro. That is not fake.
That's fake.
Sports entertainment.
Okay.
It's a fakest of fakes.
So anyway, it was a pair of socks on the line. I wasn't giving up my socks for a fake wrestler. So
So you fought a wrestler for some socks.
yeah.
Are you Dobby?
Do I have the socks at home? Yeah. So
So
actually,
that's the second time you almost fought a wrestler.
Yeah, he
oh
also
yeah,
the Big Show too.
almost fought the Big Show as well. Yeah.
scary. I would have loved to see that.
Is your question? Do I have a feud with the wrestlers of WWE? Maybe.
Maybe, but yes, by any chance, have you guys ever played any of the Capcom Versus games?
Played all of them actually. Yeah.
Well, listen, we are the fans, we are the people, and since you guys already met some of the game developers at E3, if we can just get our words out there to the people, they might listen to us. Tell me if this is a good idea. I was talking to Andre Black Nerd and some of the creators of Sailor Moon about making a game. Tell me if this is a good idea though. Capcom ladies versus Skullgirls.
I think it's a terrible idea.
Really?
I think it's a good one. Yeah, Skullgirls was a solid fighting game.
Fighting Capcom's females.
Only the females though?
I think that's
because
sexist.
It's only appropriate because it's about time some of the Capcom ladies shine, because we already had Marvel versus Capcom, Capcom versus SNK, SVC Chaos, SNK versus Capcom, Namco versus Capcom, Tatsunoko versus Capcom,
Mario versus Capcom. That was a weird one.
No, that was just a leak.
Oh, that was just a leak. Okay.
Well,
Sorry. I just read headlines. I don't read the whole article.
And Street Fighter Cross Tekken, but that's like the one I want to see next, Capcom Ladies versus Skullgirls. If it could happen, I would still have a tear come out of my eye.
Just the one here?
Just
Yeah.
one, two.
Okay.
I'm just gonna be boss and go.
Wow.
Oh, that's your.
kidding.
What is that?
Uber Monster.
We're sponsored by Monster Energy Drink now.
Apparently,
okay.
yeah. Done. Hey, Monster. Yeah.
Anybody else got questions?
My question, what are you guys reacting to the Game Awards Game of the Year, and what is your personal Game of the Year on both of you guys?
Oh, that's a good one. Game of the Year was Zelda, right?
Yeah.
The Game Awards. On our podcast yesterday, we
I
did
still
the
vote
exact
for
same thing. We gave the Game of the Year to Legend of Zelda. Personally, I would say my Game of the Year.
You say FIFA, I swear to God.
No, it's not FIFA. FIFA was better by a little bit.
Destiny 2.
It was the worst game of the year.
Overwatch.
Destiny 2.
That was
No, not even
Overwatch
Overwatch.
last year.
No, it counts because of the DLC.
I'm going to give it to Ghost Recon. Ghost Recon Wildlands. I'll give that Game of the Year. You see, everybody gets it. It's a good game.
We have a wild spot.
Hey! Come on in here, Sonic.
The slowest I've ever seen
Oh,
Sonic.
no, this is a slow Sonic. Oh, you're so shy all of a
You
sudden.
gotta run, man.
Yeah. Where's the chili dogs?
There we go.
Game of the year, Corey. What is it?
Sonic Mania.
Sonic Mania?
Yeah,
Okay.
we actually coordinated this whole thing right here. I'll give you that $5.
Time too.
By the way, gentlemen, if nobody, I'm gonna be quiet, but if nobody else has a question, could you just pick me? That's if nobody else has a question, but I'm not gonna keep raising my hand because that's kind of childish. But if nobody else has a question, could you just pick me?
Yeah, we got you.
You got it.
Okay.
But we have a question right here though.
What you got?
All right, this is point at Ivy Doomkitty.
What's up?
Oh, okay.
I see how it is.
I would like to know what
Okay,
got you
this is-
into
this is
cosplaying, and who do you look into
To get you something
A little bit bigger.
who inspired you to get into cosplay?
Yeah.
No one inspired me to get into cosplay in terms of cosplayers because I wasn't following any when I started cosplaying. It's true.
No, I know.
But for me, it was just a thing of, I've grown up playing video games, X-Men, seeing the cartoons, Batman the animated series, all that good stuff. So when I went to my first convention and saw, what you see today, all of these different representations of your favorite fandoms, to me it was a thing of, just realizing that there were other people that liked the same things that I liked, that I could identify with. So, and seeing people dressed in cosplay, I thought it was great. Holy crap, you've got adults that are dressed up in costume, I want to do the same. This is awesome. But it wasn't until several years later that I finally was like, okay, I'm gonna make a costume, I'm gonna go to a con, and I'm gonna do the thing. And it was just awesome to be able to be a part of a community that was so welcoming and accepting of others. Especially just, within those fandoms, the things that you grow up loving and see because of people like those same things. So yeah, it was really just going to my first con and seeing cosplay that got me going on that path eventually. But there's no cosplayer that I looked up to at that moment in time because there was no one that stood up for the things that I believe in. But I will say that one cosplayer that I absolutely adore and love and I think is amazing is Vampy Bitney. Just check her out, she's awesome.
Who?
Vampy Bitney?
Yeah,
Who writes these names
It was
for you
all over
guys?
on TMZ. Vampy Bitter. It was crazy.
No, she's amazing. She's remained humble since I've met her way back when. She's super sweet. She's humble, which is a huge, huge, huge word in cosplay. She remembers where she came from, and she loves her fans. She treats them with respect, and, I love that she's, she's a person that I feel that everyone can look up to.
Thanks.
Welcome.
Oh, behind you.
Yeah. I have a question. Like, I know you guys do like concur with me or not. Like, you go to cons, right? And like you feel so welcome, like she was saying. And like once the whole con experience is over, like 3 or 2 days or 1 day, and you have to go back to reality, it's like that's the worst feeling. You have to be like an actual adult, and not that the job, go back to school, college or whatever. Like, do you guys feel the same way? Like when you're here, it's like you feel good inside.
Well, I think 2 of us do at least, because Ivy and Cory, they get to actually work in like this world.
Yeah, he works with
All the time.
esports, and then she's a cosplayer. So
That's what's up.
I work in an insurance company, and Aaron
works
works
with
at
trash receptacles.
Yeah. So we get that. It's like, oh, okay, cool.
Hate that.
Especially E3. I felt that at E3.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you wish you could be in there 24/7.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like just nonstop
No,
type of
every
thing.
day.
But then if you realize those people that do work in the industry and stuff like that, that's their actual job. And unless you like totally love it, then it's just like another 9 to 5 for you. Then.
I will say that there are aspects of what I do that I absolutely hate and can't stand that drive me up the wall. I hate emails. I can't stand answering emails. I hate all of the clerical end of things. I can't stand shipping stuff. I don't like any of that. I enjoy the interaction, with fans. I enjoy the creative process, being able to make a costume, being able to meet people and travel and all of that.
Stressful too.
Yeah, I love those aspects of it. I hate being my own social media manager. I hate, there's a lot of things that I don't like, but there's also a lot of things that I love. And I work way more now than I ever did when I had my previous job, a desk job. I work on average 12 to 15 hours a day. I live and breathe by my phone, and at the same token though, I wouldn't trade it for what I was doing before. I'm happier, even though it takes my time and energy. I feel passionately for what I do, and I wouldn't have it any other way. It's just, it boils down to trade-off and what you're willing to sacrifice.
There's a whole bunch of events nowadays too, so if you want to, you could just go to a different event every weekend.
But how are you gonna make money?
Oh, there's plenty of people.
that's
we have
what
a
you
giant,
You don't need to worry about money.
I
Just
figured
bring
it.
it.
Yeah.
giant homeless
Wear a
people.
Sonic costume and pretend like
Yeah, you're part of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to act like you belong there. That's what it is. Yeah.
And then there's even a bunch of free things there's a Sacramento PC gamer group. If you're like things video games, or there's I've seen a cosplay group. Whatever you're into, there's probably a Sacramento Facebook group dedicated to it of people who are doing weekly events and all sorts of cool meetups.
Oh, yeah.
So you can definitely immerse yourself and just keep it all year round going.
Every day.
You just have to do a
Yeah.
little research on where the stuff is at out there.
Yeah, boy. What's going on over here, Sonic?
Sonic has 2 questions.
Okay.
One is for everybody. Sonic wants to know, Nintendo or Sega?
Nintendo. Sorry.
Wow.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You're just mean.
Sonic on Nintendo.
Well, see, there you go. Sonic
There
is
we
on
go.
Nintendo.
There you go. Yeah, that's right.
But he used to be exclusive a long time back in the day.
Does that mean Sonic sold out? I'm asking
Whoa.
Sonic.
Why are you asking
What does
the-
that
why are you
mean?
cornering the
He's
man?
like, I had to make it.
Yeah, I make the money. Yeah.
Said it was either work with the plumber or become a plumber. I didn't know what I wanted to do.
Sonic needed the money so that his games would have good music.
Yeah,
Oh,
there you go.
yeah.
There you go.
That's fair.
What was the second one?
The second question. Oh, would any of you dress up as Sonic the Hedgehog?
Ooh, that's not a good look for me.
When don't I dress like Sonic the Hedgehog?
I may consider a cosplay of Sonic, and my sister could be Tails.
That would be cool.
That was,
Because
yeah.
she loves,
Yes,
yeah,
right?
yes.
good.
She's
Sonic
doing it.
loves
Yeah.
that answer.
That is it.
Yeah.
I would do that.
I'd see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially Amy.
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's make it
She
happen.
have 2 tails.
I dress up as Sonic. Yeah.
All right. Question?
I got you, Sonic.
You You got another one?
Yeah, I have another question. I've been wondering, how did Ivy become a part of the podcast? Like,
These boys
Cool.
are my fanboys.
Yeah, we
Don't lie,
basically
Cory.
Wait, what?
drugged her.
Yeah.
She said,
No,
he
we
said,
did
how
not.
did Ivy
Did you just say
become-
drop her?
How did Ivy become
Drug-
part of-
drug
Well,
her.
there was a lot of begging. She cried a little. She was like, I really need to establish credibility in the geek world.
She's like, I love Sacramento so much.
Yeah.
Like, I wish I could move out there and live there permanently. But due to my legal obligations here as a cosplayer, I have to stay in, where she's from.
I
So
live and breathe LA.
I'm trying to show her the.
As a spot, yeah, that's a spot.
yeah, that's what you're breathing in.
Okay, so the honest truth is these boys came up to me at Wizard World Sacramento several years ago and asked to do an interview with me. So we did an interview at my booth and it was awesome. And then they asked me back to podcast with them. So I called in, they asked me questions, and they were the very first podcast that was not weird or awkward.
She called us on a good day.
Because I've been on podcasts where it was just really weird dead air and it was so awkward, and like theirs was very fluid. It had movement to it, and I really liked the professionalism that they exhibited on the podcast. And then they asked me back, I think, a year later?
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah,
Something
about
like
When
that.
we were in between studios.
Yeah, they asked me to do another podcast a year later, and then I think I saw you guys at the con there again, because I think I went a second year to Sacramento. And, well, I don't know, sometime.
Just
When did I join you guys?
January 1st of 2017.
There you
Look,
go.
our anniversary's coming up. And then my birthday's
Yeah.
the next day. Then they asked me to join, and I've been Skyping in with them, and they've been very patient with my insane schedule. Very, very, very patient. They're amazing. I would not be on any other podcast. But
So
they're awesome.
what she's basically saying is
I love
start your
you guys.
podcast, shoot for a cosplayer out there, maybe, what's her name, Jessica Negri, and just slide her DMs, and boom, you got yourself a podcast with a cosplayer on there. Works 90% of the time, it works 100% of the time.
But that's my side of the story. What's your guys' side of the story? Like, that's how I saw everything. What did you guys see on the other end?
So we had a wall full of just pictures.
Like was there a
and we just
meeting?
Dark.
Threw one dart,
Ivy.
that's
laying
right.
around Doomkitty.
Ivy.
Yeah. And we had our pick of any cosplayer. Anybody would want
exactly.
that.
Sacramento video
So we're like,
game
okay, I
bang.
guess we'll get Ivy.
know.
That'll be cool.
We tried out Yaya Han. She was very dry.
Yeah.
And always wanted to
Just
talk
didn't click
about
with us.
The Celtics, the Boston Celtics. I don't know what that was about. It was so weird. But yeah, and then we went with Ivy. It was less Boston Celtics talk and
More
more game. Yeah, more LA talk. Yes.
They let me deface their Christmas trees.
Also that. Also that.
Yeah.
That was disgusting.
Watch the stream tonight.
Well, we knew Ivy too because she had a podcast beforehand.
Oh
So,
yeah, I forgot about that.
It's called scouting.
Yeah, it's called
I struck
scouting.
that
It's
from
really
The Life of Ivy.
Oh, okay.
That never happened.
More.
Well,
I
in
don't
the
know.
life of the VGB, we needed preference of how you did on
It
the.
built credibility. 'cause we
Oh,
went
wait,
there.
so you guys were,
We used that as your audition tapes, yeah.
that was on audition for you?
Well, yeah, we had to like make sure you weren't a
But
goober.
the-
Oh crap, I did not know this.
That's why you should never just go and give 100% of whatever you do, people.
I
who's
was
watching.
not aware, holy hell.
Later, Sonic.
I saw
Sonic.
it.
And 5
Bye.
minutes later, he'll be at that door.
So I clearly passed the test then.
Yeah, there was a test and you were adequate.
7 out of 20.
Someone says goodbye and have a good day.
That's all. Have a good day.
Alright, speed on out.
If he doesn't roll,
No?
isn't it the song?
What is that? You having a stroke?
That's Green Hill Zone.
You putting that together, then you are a genius. sir.
Yeah.
You are on my team when we play picture.
Exactly. You had another one?
Yes, I need to ask all four of y'all a question. Are y'all familiar with a voice actress named Mary Elizabeth McGlynn, the one who voices the Major in Ghost of the Shell?
No. The
Is
English
she-
version,
is she
right?
okay?
The English one?
Yeah, but the thing about it is, she actually worked at Disney on like producing properties, and this is something that I really wanted a long time ago. Tell me if this is a good idea or a bad idea. I was thinking about teaming up with her and Disney to make a Disney fighting game from Masahiro Sakurai, the creator of Super Smash Bros. Called Disney Afternoon Beatdown, where all
Why is it during the afternoon?
the afternoon beatdown.
Where'd you come up with that name?
It was from Disney's Saturday morning block, or Disney's weekday block, I mean.
Okay.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, it's basically a bunch of Disney characters, like in a Super Smash Brothers. You all know what Smash Brothers is?
Yes, yes.
In a
yes,
Smash
very
Brothers
familiar.
set, and the characters that we already had planned for the game was Duke from Mighty Ducks, Goliath from Gargoyles, Kim Possible, Darkwing Duck, Brandy and Mr. Whiskers, David Barbarian, Star Butterfly, the two kids from Gravity Falls, the one kid from Tron Legacy,
And Doug.
Pepper Ann, maybe it's a DLC.
And then when he goes into his ult, he turns into Bowman.
Exactly.
Oh.
Can we add in Chicken Cow?
No, it's not Disney.
Okay, who do you think?
Not
Who do you
Disney.
think would be the most?
Hey, a cow and chicken is Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah. that's
Yeah,
right.
get
No, that's
right.
not Disney. Come on. Who do you think would be the most OP character in that?
I think we'll either be Rapunzel from Tango or Tarzan.
Okay. Would Mickey be in it?
As a DLC, he'll come like as the last DLC package with Johnny Depp and Beast from Beauty and the Beast. But like, let me continue the characters. I wanted to
Good
put.
Lord. How many characters do you got?
Like, I'm trying to
People
put,
are getting their
like,
money's worth.
when I was at the anime convention talking about it with her, we was trying to put 30 or 20, but we wanted to put Pocahontas in there, but she's going to be masculine instead of feminine. And the thing about it is, masculine means you're strong.
Yes.
And-
I mean, there's strong feminine women as well,
Yeah, we was
though.
mostly trying to put Disney TV characters in there instead of movie characters.
Ah, okay.
Because, like, imagine Goliath picking up Rapunzel from Tango, flying in the air, and then slamming her to the ground.
That's the last thing I want to see, man. That's brutal.
Yeah,
Wait, so Mickey's gonna be DLC?
Yeah.
Isn't that
Be the
like
main
saying like
character
get
like
Mario
Mario.
64 but Mario's DLC?
No, put it this way, the only reason we're gonna make Mickey Mouse, if we ever make the game, I pray to God we do, but
I do too.
the only reason we want Mickey is a DLC because he's too common. We're more focused on TV characters.
Oh, you want the
Okay.
you want the smaller stars.
Yeah, like, let me think of another character, Lloyd from Lloyd in Space. Let me think, Buzz Lightyear from the cartoon show from Star Command. Let me think of another Disney character.
What about any live action characters like
we already.
Wizards of Waverly Place?
No, we wanted to put it. What's the name of the guy from Rocketeer? Rocketeer, you know that
So the
Disney-
Rocketeer, yeah.
Yeah, we wanted to
Rocketeer.
put Rocketeer in there, and we wanted to put John Carter in there from that Disney movie John Carter, and we wanted to put
John Carter.
No, John Carter. Yeah,
John
from
Carter,
Princess of
Yeah,
Mars.
John Carter.
Yeah, I remember. I remember.
Disney should not have.
We need
a license,
Emilio
by the way.
Estevez from Mighty Ducks, too.
Dude,
That's DLC.
No, you remember what was the name of the Mighty Ducks cartoon series? What was the name?
Oh, no, I mean from the TV show.
No, we don't. Oh, the TV show is the cartoon.
No, sorry.
No,
the
you're
movie.
thinking of the movie.
Yeah, the movie.
You're thinking
of the
The
Mighty
coach from the movie. Put him in there.
Maybe as
He looks like he can throw it.
That's the Disney evening beatdown.
we want
That's
What about
regular
Maximilian
TV.
from the black hole?
What?
What about Maximilian from the black hole?
There you go.
Black Hole? Yeah.
The black hole was a science fiction movie that Disney
Hey,
made a
Disney.
long time ago.
Hey, y'all can
So
go-
them in there, too.
Hey, I'm not going to be selfish. If y'all want to think of characters, everybody feel free. This is a podcast.
Grateful Toaster. Is that Disney?
We need Felix.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
so we
Felix
got-
in there from Wreck-It Ralph?
I'm thinking. No, if we did.
Look, you got a hammer. That's OP.
Listen to me. If we did, so listen, if we did put a Wreck-It Ralph character in there, we would go with that one chick with the gun. What's her name?
Kathleen.
Yeah, Kathleen, and Ralph would be an unlockable character after her, but the other character we wanted to put in there super bad that we might get in trouble for, but we was gonna have him sell you items at the item shop, Uncle Ramus.
So you can so you're gonna have microtransactions? You put microtransactions in the game?
What is microtransactions?
Microtransactions. So you it's like you buy stuff in game.
Yeah, that's where Uncle Ramus was gonna have his shop at. Because if we put him in there as a playable character, we could probably get in trouble.
What's the currency like? So can you earn everything, or do you have to
No,
put
like,
more money into
you
it?
can earn stuff, but at the shop you buy special stuff like costumes, classic skins, alternate skins. Because if we were going to design the characters, we was going to get all the characters from the TV shows and outsource them to a Korean or a Japanese animation studio and have them redesign to fit the appeal of the game. And when you go to Uncle, and then
Just look up Uncle Raymond's stuff.
no, Uncle Ramus. No, the thing about it is that, like, if you go to a shop, you can buy alternate skins and costumes for the characters.
Okay.
Have you considered contacting the guy?
No, I just spoke.
This guy?
Yes, Uncle Ramus. The whole shop. Listen, we're gonna get rid of his accent, and we're gonna get rid of his clothes. He's gonna be wearing.
What do you want you to wear?
No, because he's wearing like borderline boats. What would make you, this is like the deepest cut that you can get from a Disney, like you really had to, like, that's when people know him, you know?
Zippity doo dah, zippity.
Yeah, like, why would put him in there? It's not that people know him.
Zippity Doo Dah is a shop owner.
Does.
He's not gonna be
I'm gonna
like
go to
that
Zippity Doo Dah right now.
Okay.
Yeah, wanna go with me?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, let's go to Zippity
Let's
Doo
go see
Dah.
Uncle Remus.
Yeah. Zippity A?
Hey, excuse me, but what was the name of that kid from that King, the Sword in the Stone movie? What was his name? That Disney movie called Sword in the Stone?
Yeah, it was Arthur.
Oh, we
Yeah,
wanted to
yeah,
put him
He
in
was
there.
King Arthur when he was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and he also, I'm not making this up.
I think
was
he'd be
talking
okay.
with the lady at the anime convention about this because she works close to Disney, and we already said the Brave Little Toaster. And the thing about it is, oh yeah,
Yeah, that was
just to let you
Disney.
know, speaking of the Brave Little Toaster, there's going to be a beach level. If anybody gets in the water and he jumps in the water, they get an instant KO. All
Wow.
his opponents.
So,
I like
so
how it's
you
like
thought about the levels
accurate.
already.
You thought
Yeah,
about levels,
so we have beach
characters.
level,
That's
lemon level.
scientifically accurate.
Okay,
Is that
so
what
here's,
it is?
okay, excuse me, gentlemen and women, these are the levels that I thought of for the Disney Afternoon Beatdown game. The Disney One Saturday Morning building, the castle from Star versus the Forces of Evil, the woods from Gravity Falls, the ice ring from Mighty Ducks the Animated Series, the city from Darkwing Duck, Tron Cyber Universe, Rapunzel's Tower, Goliath's Tower, let me think what else, Wreck-It Ralph's game, building, oh yeah, Buzz Lightyear's Star Station, Brandy and Mr. Whisker's Jungle, Dave the Barbarian's Castle, Rocketeer's Airport.
This already has more levels than any fighting video game
Yeah.
I've ever heard of.
The playground from Recess.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Just beating up people on the
Yeah.
playground for recess. Like, if I saw a game that had the recess level with Goliath and Tangle fighting each other,
And then you could go to Mr.
and then you're
Remus.
fighting Mr.
What's
Remus'
that old
shop.
lady, the mean teacher?
Oh, Miss Fister.
She should be a character.
No, she's going to be a stage.
A stage, I was gonna say, yeah, like have her come out the stage hitting
Let me give you an
people.
example. If Tron's, wasn't the kid from Tron accidentally throw a rock at her, she'll beat them to death by going, "Why you little hooligans?" and put them in a grip on the ground, start punching them in the face.
Sheesh.
Wow.
Man.
It turned violent real fast.
All right, how many people are buying this game?
I'm already sold.
All right.
We
I'm
just
literally
have,
sold.
we just have to let people know because you guys have the power.
We
I
have
just-
the
power.
You guys have the power.
As soon as I
Ivy
see
has
a
the
Disney
power, I
release,
don't.
We need to talk royalties.
Yes.
Start a GoFundMe, and
Yeah.
then I'll throw down.
You
some
said
money.
microtransactions, so obviously EA, they already have the
Yeah.
software license.
Do you intend this game to be free to play?
Yeah,
And
like-
now it'll be released for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and Steam.
Oh,
much is
okay.
Yeah, because I already can tell by the characters we have, it's going to be a success.
Yes, I agree.
But
Remus alone.
EA has a Star Wars license over for Disney.
We'll sell plenty.
Oh yeah, and the last boss in the game will be what's the name of that evil dude from Treasure Planet?
I've never seen Treasure Planet.
No, and the last boss will be Elsa from Frozen.
Wait,
She's-
no.
Huh?
Go ahead. Stop. I'm sorry, I cut you off. Go ahead.
Okay, the last boss will be Elsa from Frozen, but she's not evil. She just don't want nobody to come to her castle. She's like, each time when she talks to a different character, she's gonna have a different box of dialogue and different dialogue for each character. Like if she talks to Darkwing Duck, she'll say something to him like this: "You're awfully cute running around in your Halloween costume. If you don't get out of my castle now, I'm thinking about making Frozen Duck." And then,
All right.
and then this is the last one. If she
All right, this is the last one.
and then if she talks to Tarzan, she'll say something like, "Why are you running around in the cold in the loincloth? Are you crazy?" And then he'll say, "I'm Tarzan. That's all you need to know."
Oh yeah.
I want to use that line. Next time somebody asks me a question to Tarzan, that's all you need to know.
No.
That's all you need to know.
All right.
Thank
Well,
y'all for believing in me.
I believe
Man,
in you. You
hands
have
down.
a room full of
Hands
purchases
down.
right
They all
now.
raise their hands.
I would buy
Yeah.
that day one.
I'm gonna pre-order
Game of the
it.
year.
If I pre-order it, do I get
Yeah.
anything special?
Well, if you do pre-order it, the special, you'll get the DLC.